Hi everyone, I am Dr. Jyotirmayi, consultant psychiatrist. As we all know that women in every household plays the central role in most of our Indian families. She puts her needs behind and she puts the family's needs first. And most of the families, the caregivers are mostly women. When we see, they are taking care of the kids, they are taking care of the elderly population, and as they age, so they face so many problems. The most important challenges faced by them are the emotional challenges, trying to regulate their emotions, or they might get irritable, they might have these crying episodes, and they do not know how to regulate these emotions. So, another important challenge faced by them are the financial and the housing challenges. If we see that in most of the households, the husband is the major earning member of the family. So, the woman is, most of her life, she is dependent financially on them. So, once after retirement, this is the biggest challenge faced by them. Once the spouse is not earning, they are dependent on their kids. So, this dependency also at times poses lot of challenges to them. Another challenge faced by them is the transport challenge. If we see, the majority of the elderly women population is in the rural places, and again coming to transportation, either they are dependent on their spouses or their kids or public transportation, as very few women can drive. So for all their needs and for all their concerns, they get dependent on other people. Another important challenge faced is when kids are not staying with the parents, when kids are abroad and the parents live separately. So during the lockdown, we've had many people, especially I've had calls from elderly women who were already suffering with depression and anxiety, and there was a surge in their anxiety because this concern that what if something happens to them, and what if the kids are not able to come from abroad and perform their last rites. So these were all the concerns that these elderly women they had. So we need to first understand all these challenges what they are facing, and also we need to understand how we can identify them. See, identification sometimes gets difficult because they usually don't vent out their emotions, and mostly these emotional problems manifest as physical symptoms. So they constantly complain of body pains or sleep disturbances or loss of appetite, they don't eat properly, or how we can identify is if their self-care is not proper, they are not properly taking bath regularly or wearing proper clothes, or if they are forgetting things. Usually we see that in older age group forgetfulness is there, and sometimes in few individuals also some paranoid ideation, that is suspecting that people are trying to do something to them, can be there if the sensory impairments are more, people who are hard of hearing, people who are not able to see properly. So all these issues we need to take into consideration, and we need to be aware of these problems in the older age group. There are also perimenopausal problems, that is premenopausal, menopausal and postmenopausal problems, which again poses challenges to them with lot of emotional turmoil. And but the fact is that after a while, after the postmenopausal, after a few years, things again get back to normal, but this period is little bit difficult for them, and there can be hot flashes also for these women, wherein the feeling of heat is more, which can be preceded by some anxiety symptoms, and sometimes this is confused with panic symptoms and anxiety as well. So let us see how we can find some solutions, how we can help them out. One foremost thing is we all need to be first aware of what are the perimenopausal problems or difficulties being faced by them. So awareness is important, and also women have to be given breaks from their monotonous routines. If we see, even post 60, post 70 years also, grandmothers or the elderly women, they are still doing all the household chores, cooking in the house and all. So they don't get any holidays, they don't get any breaks. So it's important for our younger generation to understand their problems and to give them breaks and to encourage their hobbies if they have any. Like if they are interested in religious and spiritual practices, if they want to go out for some pilgrimages or trips, if they want to pursue their hobbies of some singing, painting, or reciting some stories to their grandchildren, all these things we need to encourage. And also the women have to understand that they also have to speak up to their children or their grandchildren about their issues. Keeping to themselves sometimes increases the problem furthermore. So talking about it helps a lot. And also not neglecting their physical health by regularly going for physical checkups and having proper diet and proper sleep patterns is also important to address the emotional problems. And also we need to understand, as I said earlier, most of the population resides in the rural areas. So at PHC level, if proper training is done to diagnose disorders like early symptoms of dementia or depression, so early management can help or reduce the severity of the illness, and proper referrals can be done. If the problem gets severe, we can refer them to a professional or refer them to urban centers for management earlier. So helping out to the women who has played the several roles as daughter, mother, wife, daughter-in-law, grandmother throughout her life is indeed a boon for us. There is so much to learn from her life, so much of patience and hard times that she has endured to protect her family. So it's our responsibility, also our duty, to protect her now.